Hey everyone, welcome back to your Rethink Reviews on the TYT Network. I'm Jonathan Kim, and today we're talking about the 1936 original anti-marijuana propaganda film, Reefer Madness. You can watch Reefer Madness on Netflix Instant, but because it has gone public domain, you can also watch it on YouTube and on Hulu for the low, low price of absolutely free. So to talk about marijuana today, we have a very special guest in the studio today. His name is Cornell Reid. He's a really, really great LA comic, one of my favorites. He has a web series on YouTube called The Compatish, where he and fellow comedians Paul Danke and Adam Jacobs compete against each other in all matter of silly competitions. And he's also one of the founders of the world-famous Comedy Garage, which started out in Burbank and now is floating around LA, currently showing at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in Los Angeles. Cornell, thank you so much for being here in the studio.
Thanks for having me, man. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like my shirt's been struck by Reefer Madness already. I'm wearing the perfect shirt to talk about this. You know what side I'm on.
One of the things that happens in the movie is that marijuana makes one of the young, impressionable characters drive really, really crazy and really, really fast, and he runs over an old man, it looks like, but curiously gets away with it.
Yeah, I love the line he says right before he's driving. He's just like, he's smoking the joint and he goes, "Oh, looks like I'm hot, daddy-o, let's drive." Like, oh my God, what is in that joint? It clearly wasn't just weed they were smoking.
I know, it's the obvious of what would actually happen if a guy was smoking weed in the car. It's like, do we have to go now, man? Like, let's I just need a second, man. Let's just chill out for a second.
Yeah, exactly. Or he'd be driving like 2 miles an hour the whole way home, you know, just like, I don't know, man, I'm kind of freaking out in this car, bro. That'd be the reality.
Well, one of the reasons why I want to have Cornell here in the studio today is that Cornell was born and raised in Humboldt County, California, in Northern California. Cornell, could you tell us a little bit about Humboldt County?
Yeah, Humboldt County has been known as the weed capital of the world for a long time, and maybe that's just what we call it in Humboldt. But it's world renowned. Everywhere I've gone like all over the world, and everyone seems to know about Humboldt County. It's a place where a bunch of hippies moved up from San Francisco to get out of the city and just found out it's in the redwoods. It's a rainforest up there, and so it's just a perfect climate to just grow tons and tons of marijuana. And they've been doing it ever since. I mean, there's sheriffs up there that grow weed.
Growing up in Humboldt, is it kind of common knowledge that like some parents of your friends grew weed, or I mean, how out in the open is it?
Everyone's kind of secretive about it. Now it's getting more relaxed and crazier. There's a whole lot of weird things going on now. But growing up, the parents wouldn't come out and say it for the most part. And it's not like they just like, oh, the kids are here, who wants buds? You know, like it's not like, it didn't work out like that.
It's not a fantasy world.
Right, exactly. There was always weed around.
It was never hard getting it. You didn't have to know that one guy. It was like
no. There's no one guy. You knew everybody. You know, I remember this is like a good. I went to a reggae festival that we had in our hometown, Reggae on the River, that was really big for a while. And I was like a sophomore in high school, and I went to it. And when I went there, I saw a preschool teacher there. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I remembered her, she remembered me, and we like had this big hug. And like, it's so crazy seeing you here. And then she's like, yeah, you want to buy some pipes? Like, selling a bunch of glass pipes. It was like, you raised me when I was a little baby. But yeah, I never felt like any of them were bad because of it.
It was still kind of like adult world sort of thing, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I never knew about people smoking weed until like I understood what weed smelled like, and like, you know, then I could start putting it together. Like, oh, everyone here is high, you know? What I know about weed back in, I mean, in the 60s even, was if you wanted to get high, you had to smoke like 3 joints to yourself to even get a little bit high.
It was,
you know?
super weak back then from what I understand, because I mean, like now when you look at pictures of weed, it's just a giant bud.
Yeah, it's like a crystal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a cauliflower like encased in ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like back then, I think from what I understand, they were were smoking like the leaves and the stems and just like whatever it was. In the beginning of the movie, the title crawl that goes by that I mean, you guys will see it in the movie hopefully, but it describes it as a violent narcotic, an unspeakable scourge. First effect is sudden, violent, uncontrollable laughter. Then dangerous hallucinations, space expands, time slows down, almost stands still. The loss of all power to resist physical emotions.
Yeah.
I don't know what that...
And to resist physical emotions?
Is that like being hungry or tired? I don't know what a physical emotion is.
I don't know, but if I had never smoked weed before and I saw that title card, I would run out and find weed as fast as I could. Yeah, like time slows down, space unravels.
You'd want to check that out.
Yeah,
really.
It seems pretty cool.
But and also another thing about the movie is that if you'd never done weed before, you'd for the most part, you'd think that it was pretty okay. For one, it makes you play piano tremendously.
Tremendously. Faster and faster.
Yeah, you go crazy. You become like a concert pianist. You become like Glenn Gould if like you smoke enough weed.
Yeah.
It makes women horny, apparently.
Definitely.
It makes them like totally jump you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like, okay, it makes you dance, makes you really enjoy music.
Right.
So a lot of good things happening in the movie for the most part.
Yeah, and also that pianist, he was smoking weed, but he didn't really have it. He looked a little weird, but he didn't do anything. He just went in the back, smoked weed, it was like, ha!
Yeah, and then it was just like really jittery. It's like he ends up okay in the movie. You don't see any.
He's totally fine. My question is, how did Jack and May make any money off of their dope den? It's like people they brought kids up, and then they gave kids joints, and the kids got high, and then the kids fucked, and then they went home. Like, where was the money transaction? The only time you see money is when Jack goes to buy more weed to go give to the kids, and like that's it.
Yeah, and their pot den looks like a great place.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Nice high ceilings and everything. Just like lots of couches around, people listening to music, having a great time. Like it seems like the main messages are well, don't drive. Which is, that's fairly sound advice.
Fair, yeah, it's probably good advice.
Don't wrestle with guns. Although, I mean, wrestling with guns is generally bad things can happen.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think weed has anything to do with that.
I mean, what happens is Bill has these powerful hallucinations, which causes him then to think that his girlfriend is screwing around on him.
But see, that doesn't make sense. He has powerful hallucinations, the girlfriend's into it, but in reality, she's just being raped.
and screaming really loudly and like...
Yeah, so like regardless of hallucination, Bill did the right thing.
That's true. That's a good point.
He should have been fighting that guy regardless. Like, we'd had nothing to do with that.
Right. Cornell, thank you so much for being in, man.
Thanks for having me. It was great. It was a lot of fun. It's a legit studio and everything.
Once again, thank you to our guest Cornell Reid, and we'll be right back with more Rethink Reviews.